To understand why this tool is important, we first have to look at the problem. False alerts. Modern security teams are bombarded with thousands of alerts every day. Without a system, it is chaos. TheHive was designed to fix this. It's an open source platform that allows analysts to collaborate on investigations in real time, ensuring that no threat slips through the cracks. TheHive is built specifically for security. It doesn't do generic project management. It focuses on incident response. Its key features include case templates. These allow us to standardize how we react to specific threats like phishing or malware. Real-time collaboration. The whole team can work on the same case at the same time. And most importantly, it integrates with Cortex to automate the analysis of evidence, rather than doing it manually. TheHive rarely works alone. It sits at the center of an ecosystem. It connects to Cortex, which acts as the brain to analyze IP addresses, file hashes, and MISP, which allows us to share threat intelligence with other organizations. For a business, this brings structure. We can control data privacy using the traffic-led protocol, ensuring that sensitive data is only seen by those with the right clearance. Now, let's look at how this works in a real-world scenario. I recorded a demonstration of a workflow I set up. Now we are in the Hive main screen. We can see all the tabs here: cases, alerts, tasks, dashboards, and search to search easily the observables, alerts, or jobs. And if we look at the organizations, we can see our organizations. But for me, it's just lab user test.local. There may be more than one organizations in your tab, but right now I'm only seeing lab user. The important tab is cases. We can click create case here, or we can search our case number by clicking here. If we click the create case, the creating case tab will open. If we click the empty case, we can type our title. Now I'm gonna type phishing attack, and date I will leave it, and severity I will choose critical, and for TLP and PAP I'm gonna leave it, and one for tags I'm gonna choose attack. Now I choose attack, phishing, and IP, and for the description I'm gonna write attack detected. We can choose custom fields or pages, but for now I don't have custom fields and pages, so I'm gonna leave it. If we click the confirm, our case will be created. Now if you look here, ID part, we can see our case number and created by lab user, created at this date. We can flag our case, or we can apply a case template. Also, if we don't want to use this case anymore, we can simply click here and delete the case. Now our case is empty. We don't have observables or TTPs. Now I'm gonna create a new observables. If we click on observables and then plus icon, we can create our first observable. I'm gonna choose type IP, but since this is a phishing attack, you can choose file or URL, it depends. And for value, I'm gonna paste this IP address. This is a United States IP address. I'm gonna use this as an example, and TLP, I'm gonna leave it as it is. And tag, I can type attack and IP address. And description, we can type whatever we want, but for now I'm gonna leave it and click confirm. Now we created our first observable. If we click here, we can see our options. We can delete the observable, run the analyzer, responders, and we can also pin it. Now I'm gonna click run analyzers, and I'm gonna choose geo IP and virus total and run selected analyzers. We can see we started successfully. If we go back to cases, if we click on our observable, now we can see it finished. Geo IP result. We can see this is North America, United States IP address. Now, if we want to try a different type, we can click add observable again and type hash, because I'm gonna use a hash, and value, I'm gonna use WannaCry virus hash and click confirm. Now we can see there is no data because I just created the observable. I didn't start anything. If we go back to list, click three dots and run analyzers, virus total, and when I click run selected analyzer, it will start scanning. To see the result, all we have to do, click the virus total reports, and we can see malicious 69, suspicious 0, and undefined 2. As I said before, it is WannaCry virus, so we can see here. When we're done with the case, we can simply click 3 dots and close case. I can select a status, true positive, impact, no, and summary. And for summary, we can write attack blocked and click confirm. One powerful capability is the related case engine. When I enter the IP address, the Hive will immediately alert me that this specific IP has been seen in a previous investigation. To show this, I have to create a new case and name it case A. Click confirm. Now we created the case A. The next step will be adding a new observable. Click add observable. Type will be IP address and value. I'm just gonna type 1111 and click confirm. After adding the observable, we have to create a case B. To do that, let's go back to case tab, create case, empty case, case title, case B, description, case B, and click confirm. We will do the same thing for the case B. Let's add a new observable, type IP, value 111 and 1. Click confirm. After adding the last observable, we can go back to case tab. If we click case A or case B, we can see we have one similar case. If we click on it, we can see what case is similar this currently case. We can see case B is similar to case A because of the observables. We successfully identified our malicious IP address, but identifying the threat is only the first step. So to ensure we follow proper procedure, I will now navigate to the task tab to assign a new containment action. This ensures that every step of our response is tracked and also auditable. Now let's click on phishing attack, tasks, click plus icon, add task. Group is default. We can select, of course, different groups. And for the title, I'm gonna type containment. We can choose as mandatory or flag this task and also due date, but I'm just gonna leave it and click confirm. After creating the task, we have to click on it. We can see there's an activity tab and responder reports. Let's create a task log. Now we can type our log. Now I'm gonna type IP block on H firewall. You can also include timeline, but I'm just gonna click confirm. Now we can see our text in activity tab, and we can also see who did this. In this case, it is lab user. Since I blocked the IP address, I can safely change the status. Instead of progress, I can select completed, and we have to confirm our changes. And if we go back to list, we can see this is closed 4 seconds ago because I choose completed. To ensure our investigation meets industry standards, we can't just close the case. We need to categorize the attack method. I will use the TTPs feature to formally tag this as a phishing attempt. To do that, I need to click the case that I want to work on, phishing attack, TTPs, add TTP. Now we have catalog, occur date, and technique. We can see lots of MITRE attack framework, and since I identified the attack technique as phishing, all I have to do just click search bar and type phishing. Click phishing, occur date. I'm just gonna click today's date, choose attack. Now I can click confirm. This TTPs feature is very useful because this helps the organizations understand the attacker's behavior and also prepares us for the future threats. Now we can see our technique here in the TTPs tab. By selecting this specific TTP, here I'm not just logging an alert, I am building a profile of the attacker. You can see here it lists the specific methods, such as malicious attachments or links, which helps other analysts understand exactly how the breach was attempted. Here, I've isolated a specific phishing alert. Let's click preview to see the preview of this alert. And if we want to see more detailed version, we can click go to details. After reviewing the preview and confirming it looks suspicious, I simply click import to promote this into a full investigation case by clicking create case from alert and click confirm. Now we can see our case is successfully created. We can see our phishing attempt detected case. Now let's move to dashboard tab. We can see alert statics, cases statics, observable statics, and also TTP statics. I'm just gonna click alert statics, and we can see our alerts creation, alerts per severity, and so on. If we move to organization tab, we can see the details of the user and also the profile. And up there, we can see templates, custom tags, notification, and endpoints. I took this further in my case study on a zero-day intrusion. As you can see on these slides, I used TheHive to enforce a strict workflow: containment, analysis, and recovery. In the screenshots, you can see how we identified a false positive because the IP address was located in a Benix server in the Netherlands. This proves how TheHive helps analysts pivot quickly and avoid wasting time on false alarms. If we look at the tool objectively, it has clear pros and cons. The main strength is collaboration. It turns a group of individuals into a unified team. The weakness, however, is the learning curve. It requires strong Linux skills to set up, and unlike expensive tools like Splunk, the reporting features are a bit basic. If I could make recommendations to the developers, I would suggest two things. Forensic timelines: they need an automated feature to visualize the attack timeline for legal reports. Better onboarding. The documentation is difficult. More video tutorials would help students and junior analysts adopt the tool faster. Finally, I compared TheHive to industry giants like Splunk and Palo Alto. While those tools offer polished, automated playbooks, they are incredibly expensive. TheHive offers about 80% of that functionality for zero cost, making it the superior choice for education and smaller organizations. To conclude, would I include this in my security toolkit? Absolutely. As a second-year student, TheHive has taught me the discipline of case management. It forces you to document every step, which is the most important skill in digital forensics. Thank you for listening.